Joann Truby is a talented, friendly, engaging person who has a passion to help people be more successful in life. She is an experienced and very successful executive and life coach, having coached hundreds of people over her career. Coaching comes naturally for Joann because of her athletic background. In her young years, she received instruction and training from world-class coaches and became a national champion for many years in the sport of artistic and competitive roller skating. After retiring from roller skating, she began an emphasis on coaching for improvement strategies in the fitness industry. She managed health clubs and served as a personal trainer to well-known clients in the Napa Valley. Joann continued to develop her coaching expertise by creating a powerful system derived from the 5 laws of achievement, which she uses in her coaching process. In this training, she speaks a bit about her coaching, then zeroes in on 3 components she has focused on over the years to help you get promoted. The 3 components or personal traits are critical to successful leadership too. Here now is Joann Truby.
I love it. I really enjoy helping people, helping them make a difference in their life and being able to feel better about who they are and how they are. In my experience, people that really benefit from coaching are people that are in an awareness at some level of how they are, what they do. They realize that they are maybe successful, but they need more skills to enhance that. Much of the time when they're running a company and maybe they're in a hospital or they're in an engineering firm or they have an entrepreneur type business, they think that their business is different than others, but the biggest problem that people have is managing the people and the people stuff, not the process. Usually they know how to do their skill or their discipline, but when it comes to delegation or how to motivate someone or how to hold somebody accountable, those kinds of things, it's difficult. People are people, and always when someone is successful, a leader is successful, it has to do with their ability to get those people on board and to bring them with them. And so no matter how successful your company is or how successful your business is, if you don't have people that you can get aligned and that people that will work with you and people that will take responsibility and that sort of thing, you can't be successful. So, I found that in my coaching, I spend a lot of time helping people deal with their people issues and very little time helping them deal with what they need to do at a skill level, what their expertise is. What I'd like to focus on in this training is what leaders need to do to get promoted, be promoted, to move up at whatever level they desire. What I've learned over time is there are many things, but these 3 things I want to talk about today that a leader or somebody who wants to be promoted would need to have. The first thing would be to be other-centered. The second would be to have vision and or direction. And the third would be to be able to live in freedom, to live freely, on purpose, with purpose. Being other-centered is it's not just about, understanding people and that sort of thing. It's about really putting yourself in their shoes, about understanding where they're coming from, about, being able to say, what does this person need? Where are they? What's their perspective? What's their mindset? Being able to go where that person is and deal with things based on their perspective, not yours. Many times when I'm coaching people, I'm helping them manage up and down. So they're managing their leader, they're able to read that person, they're able to know what questions to ask, they're able to help that leader be successful and feel good and look good. And if you're going to help somebody else be successful, if you're looking to be promoted and you have obviously somebody that you report to, that their whole goal is to meet their accomplishments and all of that, your ability to help that person look good, your ability to understand where that person is coming from, makes you an awesome asset to people that are trying to make things happen. When you can do that with people that you report to and people that are reporting to you, it makes you a very desirable person. It makes you likable, approachable. It gives you that edge that you want with the people that you're closely associated with, and people that you can help and people that are going to help you. Sometimes people think that being other-centered means that you're not thinking about yourself, maybe, or that you're not hanging on to what you believe or what you need. And I want to make sure that when you're looking at this kind of thing, when you're looking at a promotion, you're looking at leading people, that you know that you never, ever have to sacrifice your personal power or your power of influence. The most powerful leaders that I have met and known hang on to their personal power and their personal influence, all the while being completely and totally other-centered. One of my clients, Andy, that just beautiful man, really loved working with him. He was very methodical, soft-spoken, very, very good at management, and probably not as good at leadership. And so as I was working with Andy, I had him experiment. I had him do an experiment. Part of Andy's problem was that he would spend, from his perspective, about 80% of the time managing the work that he was doing, and probably about 20% with his people, thinking about what they needed, being other-centered, as we're talking about. So one of the exercises that I gave Andy was to switch that. Instead of doing 80% management and 20% leadership, other-centeredness, looking at what other people may need, focusing on that part, I had him switch it. And he spent 2 weeks just saying, okay, Joann, I'll do it. And the beautiful thing about this story is that his performance, his effectiveness, his ability to do his job didn't change at all. But what did change is people around him were completely blown away and amazed. They were saying, what's wrong with Andy? What happened? He cares. It was really a fun experiment. And to this day, he is a powerful leader just because he did a little perspective shift in his mind and decided to spend 80% on being other-centered and thinking about people. Very, very powerful. Many people have a business vision. If you work for a company right now, they probably have a visionary strategic plan that's associated with their company and where they're headed and where they're going. But people that are in leadership that have a personal vision, a personal direction, they know where they're headed, they know why they do what they do, and they can fit into a company's vision because they understand it. They can buy into it. Leaders that have personal visions, the people that work with you and for you can get excited about where you're headed. They get excited about somebody that has meaning, that has purpose in life. A person with personal vision can't just do their job. That isn't even a part of who and how they are. They have to be a part of something bigger. They want to They don't want to just do, they don't want to go to work and just do stuff. They want to be a part of something that has meaning and something that is going to make a difference. When you have vision, when you have direction, it helps you to make sure that you create a path and that you look for a path that will lead you toward your goals and toward what you're trying to accomplish. So one of the reasons, and probably the biggest reason, that a company would want you to be a part of their direction and vision is because you understand it and because you know how to make sure you have that direct path to making goals happen and having success. The third component is to be free, to live a life with freedom, which means not just, we're all free, we get to do what we want, but to live life without baggage and without carrying burdens and things that cause you not to be able to live freely in the moment as you lead people and as you interact. When you're a person that is free, that doesn't have baggage, you're pretty much a different kind of person than most people meet. Because most people are walking around with have-tos and shoulds and things that just cause them to not be able to be other-centered, as we talked about in the beginning. So living in freedom means that you're living by choice, that you're not limited in your ability to help people. You're not limited in your ability to be other-centered or to have vision. Bill and I teach something to everybody that we meet, that whether we're doing corporate training or we're doing personal training, it's this: living life freely, on purpose, with purpose. And what that means is freely with no baggage. Purpose, on purpose, means that you're living by choice, that you're not doing the shoulds and have-tos that I talked about earlier. And then with purpose means that you know why you exist, that you know what drives you, that you understand what your gifts are and your talents are, and that you are living life based on those. And everything that you do, whether it's talking to your kids or talking to your boss or talking to somebody that works with you or a friend, that you totally know what and why, that you totally know what your gift is, and that you exercise that in everything that you do. When you are looking at getting promoted, to the extent that you are free, you will be a person that people really are drawn to and that they want to bring onto their teams, that they want to lead, that they want to grow. When you are free, you have the ability to achieve. You have the ability to do anything, to accomplish anything that you want to in life. If I'm looking for a friend, then it doesn't really change much. And I think that sometimes what happens is that we think that maybe business can be different, that maybe, your job could be different, but it's not. We're all looking for some of the same basic values and energy that people have. What you're really, really looking for are these three things: somebody that's other-centered, somebody that has some vision that you can align with, and somebody that's free. So when you want to be promoted, you've got to be the person that can do the job, not just have the ability to do the job.